Whoa! Shit! Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, 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 guys. Sheesh, we made it to another episode. We made it to another episode. My goodness, man. This live streaming stuff is not for the weak. It's not for the weak. I mean, making edited videos and stuff is has this level of hardness, but live stream, I've come to realize that it's a different world entirely, man. It's a different world entirely, man. And then weekly is a different level of stress. Shout out to daily streamers, bro. Shout out to people that stream daily, man. That shit is a whole ton of work. It's a whole ton of work. All right, guys. Welcome, welcome. If you're just joining, welcome to another episode of the Afrobeats news update. A lot of spicy things happened this week. A lot of spicy things happened this week. Whiskey is a gift that keeps on giving. Whiskey is a gift that keeps on giving. I think because of his album rollout the past few weeks, he has been in the news quite a lot for a quite number of spicy takes. For quite a number of spicy takes, of which we might try to address in this stream. Sorry for the terrible audio. My mic my mic just damaged this week. I've ordered for a professional one, a new one coming. My stand is already here. My Joe Rogan stand is already here. So my mic is coming this week. So I won't be using this headset mic anymore. It's damaged now. So fuck that. Mind my language. But my actual professional mic is coming this week. We're leveling up. We're leveling up. Then I have some ideas for changing this setting. This setting might change in the next few weeks. But we'll stay on that. We'll stay on that. But it's good to see you guys. Good to have you guys here. Um, Tonight is also going to be another short stream because I have another party this week, this night. That's the disadvantage of streaming on Friday nights. Friday night is the start of a long weekend for me, if you know me very well. So this same weekend, one of my favorite boys, Lord Varys, is doing his birthday this weekend. So that's also good. That's also good. So I'll be turning up the whole weekend. Pray for me. Pray that I don't get in trouble. Pray that I stay away from these hoes. Uh, as usual, Chief of Lagos, I'm dodging left and right. I'm dodging marriage proposals. You know. So pray that I get through another weekend as a free agent. Well, yeah, man, it's a bit chilly in London, so hence my Adidas tracksuits. Even though Adidas is cancelled, but I've not gotten to burning my Adidas items yet. Balenciaga has been in the news this week too. Who saw the Balenciaga news? Apparently, we've been wearing pedophilia clothing all this time and we didn't even know. We've been wearing pedophilia clothing all this time and we didn't even know. I mean, my favorite shoes are Balenciaga in terms of my wardrobe now. One of the best shoes I have, I think. Hey, my G, Emeka, I see you, my brother. I see you, bro. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Thank you for joining us. Look at you looking all professional in your picture. Look at you looking all professional in your picture. Hey, Kennedy, welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. I'll be having you on in a few minutes. Just need to go through some of the major headlines. We have lots of things to get into, my G. From Wizkid to Kanye West, Balenciaga, Davido. Metro Boomin released the new album. I mean, a lot of things. A lot of things. I won't be doing reactions today. I'll be jumping on the call with you directly, Kennedy. We wasted more time, much time. I think we have shit to do tonight. So, or this evening in US time. I also have a party tonight. So yeah, I'm gonna jump on. I'm gonna send you a link shortly in like 15 minutes. But yeah, man. Emeka, good to see you, man. Welcome to the live stream, Afrobeats news update. Took you long enough, eh? This kid don't mess up. Kennedy, no spoilers yet. No spoilers yet. Let me get into the news. Let me get into the news. So, obviously, uh, the first major news that happened this week, because we are an Afrobeats uh, news platform. Wizkid made the rounds. Wizkid made the rounds for tons of news. Uh, let me open this up. Let me open this up. Let me open this up. Egbon Wizkid. This is very funny. According to Instablog, Wizkid has declared the June. Ah, they didn't even write the headline very well. Afrobeats, rap dead and boring. When I read the rest of the column, Nigerian rappers in the mud as Wizkid declares the genre of music dead and boring. Nigerian singer Ayodeji Balogun, better known as Wizkid, has said he doesn't listen to rap music because it's dead and boring. Speaking in a recent interview with 10 magazine, he said Afrobeats is the new pop. I call Afrobeats the new Bitcoin. But I sold 2 million copies in America off of one song. Even some American artists don't have a diamond record. If I'm being honest, I don't listen to any other genre of music anymore. I don't listen to rap. That shit is boring to me. It's dead now. It's tired. These guys do the same shit, rap on the same beats and the same flows. Gang gang, rap on the same beats and the same flows. Voila. So that was one thing Wizkid said. Another spicy thing Wizkid did this week. Man is going heavy on that album promotion. Man is going heavy on that album promotion. Another spicy thing Wizkid did this week. Chill, hold on, let me just fish it out. Yeah, where's this? Where's this? Where's this? Where's this? Where's this? Where's this? Another spicy thing Wizkid did this week. Uh, Having trouble finding it now. Give me a second. Give me a second. L stream. 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 I don't want to tell you guys. I want to show you, so that it's not be like it came from my mouth. I want to show you, so it's not a lot of World Cup news. So Whiskey was everywhere. I've seen another spicy one. Whiskey was everywhere this week. Whiskey was everywhere. He also announced his London Stadium show. That's not what I was getting to. But he also announced his London Stadium show. This guy's a bastard. And set it 2 days before Burna show, London Stadium show. So if you didn't know, Burna is performing in London Stadium June 3rd. Um, was officially going to be the first Nigerian artist to perform in London Stadium. But Wizkid said, I'm going to do something about that. So Wizkid put his own date for his own show 2 days before Burna Boy show. Even though Burna Boy announced his own first. So this is it right here. So Wizkid and Burna Boy to perform at London Stadium on June 1st and June 3rd, respectively. Burna Boy set his date first and was going to be the first Nigerian to perform at London Stadium, 80,000 capacity. Wizkid, this same week, was coming for everybody. Set his own date, just 2 days, which is on the Thursday, funny enough. Well, and Burna Boy is on the Saturday. But Wizkid said, no, I must be the first. Oh, the comments. Daddy sharply put him date before Burna own. You know one here say, I'm the first to sold out London Stadium from Odogu. Can you blame him? Can you blame him? Mother's mouth is too much. It's too much. So I don't even think you can blame this kid. I don't think you can blame this kid, my G. So yeah, there's that. Same Wizkid. Still on the topic of Wizkid though. We've not even gotten to the spiciest gist this week. We've not even gotten to the spiciest gist this week. Okay, I can't seem to find it. Give me a second. Okay. Wizkid will no longer be performing in Lagos, and his fans are not pleased. Wizkid will no longer be performing in Lagos, and his fans are not pleased. Voila. So, Wizkid on Tuesday shared a flyer for his concert, Vibes on the Beach with Big Wiz, on his Instagram story, scheduled to take place in Lagos on December 30th, 2022. The music star claimed that performance will be his last in Lagos. He wrote, last time I ever performed in Lagos, let's rage. DJ Tunes, that's Wizkid's personal DJ, in a tweet via his Twitter handle on Wednesday, said Wizkid was serious about his statement. He remarked that Nigeria has to build a stadium in honor of the music star. He wrote, last show in Lagos ever. Baba is serious. So based on that, we can tell, we can. The thing is, it's not official. It's no official statement. It's just a Instagram story my guy posted, but it's looking as if from the outside looking in, and I think I heard Smith talking about this in terms of why he doesn't do Afro Nation in Nigeria, and he does it in Ghana and Portugal instead. But I think Wizkid is not getting enough appreciation or love from Nigeria. I mean, going back to the stadium comments that DJ Tunes just dropped. So he has decided to not perform in Nigeria anymore. Even though that's where his first fan base is, and I think to this date his most loyal fan base is. So he has just neglected them. And I saw a funny comment about this from Joey God, this name. J Akon. J Akon. Ah, sorry. Sorry, Joey. I just murdered your name twice on air. But this is the tweet that has been making the round, and this is what me and my guy are gonna debate today. Ken, you don't think Lagos is the most loyal fan base? I mean, In terms of streaming, maybe, but in terms of media presence, there might be his most loyal fan base in terms of sorry, there might not be his most loyal in terms of streaming because obviously Nigeria has data connectivity issues. But in terms of keeping his name relevant in the news, in the media, social media, think we, I think a bulk of it still comes from Nigeria. In terms of knowing his songs, a bulk of it still comes from Nigeria. Even his concerts abroad, a bunch of people that attend them are Nigerians, even though they're not Nigerians living abroad. So obviously, Nigeria is still his most loyal fan base as a whole. And obviously, Wizkid stands, what they call them, what they call themselves. Uh, I've forgotten the name this Wizkid stands calls themselves, but obviously, can't forget about that. But then this is the tweet that I really wanted us to focus on. This tweet got me thinking. This thing got me thinking. As a and this tweet came out as a result of Wizkid's statement of not wanting to perform in Nigeria anymore. So Joey Ekon, an Afrobeat enthusiast like myself, hosts the Afrobeat Intelligence podcast. He said, "We no longer release Nigerian music from Nigerian offices. Our funding no longer comes from Lagos offices, and the biggest players in our music are no longer Nigerians. Now our artists no longer want to perform for Nigerians. You don't see a pattern. We are losing our recipes." Joey Ekon, always dramatic, but he has a point. 10 years from now, at our current trajectory, we will all know part of the culture. The only power we have now is community and source talent. Money and the offer of expansion has stripped us of the rest. Slowly, strangers have wrestled control of our art with help from us. I see the Jamaicans and island music, and I fear for us and what we are currently selling. The money is good. Institutional funding is a lifeline. Hello? But at what cost? The erosion of local ownership, corporate capture of community and talent, and now we are helping them. Genge, genge. There was a tweet I saw too about long distance relationship from the same Joey. Just wanted to check that briefly. Being a global Afrobeat artist sounds like a dream come true until you step back and look at the whole picture. Without local development and investment, we are playing a global round of musical chairs. Everyone dances until they stop dancing and we are left stranded. Very good point, Joey. Very good joint. Very good point. I haven't even seen this tweet. I'm reacting this the first time. We haven't built venues back home or unlocked and optimized our local revenue stream. All investment we've attracted are extractive in nature, none built for us. Instead, they take our raw materials, export them, and build under the guise of Afrobeats to the world. Very dangerous statement. That Afrobeats to the world. Is the money great? Of course. Has it given us benefits? Of course. But so far, we have nothing at home. We cannot tour, we lack venues, and our local streaming numbers are abysmal. When foreigners no longer think we are cool, what happens to our acts and industry? Again, a very good question. Sorry. Are we going are we going to return here cap in hand and continue the dysfunction? Sit around a fire and share stories of when we had it all and focused on lining private pockets without structural improvements, without home numbers to back us up. Sorry. This is what keeps me up at night. Also, We will never get the full respect we deserve from corporates and major labels until we lock and bring our numbers with us instead of vibes and we have the source. Source is transient, source is subjective. Hard streaming and concert numbers will never go out of fashion. Joey, brilliant again, brilliant again. If you don't know Joey, check out the Afrobeats Intelligence podcast. Mm, let me see if I can still. There was one more tweet from Joey I want to get into before I have you on Kennedy. Well, Joey had a lot to say. Joey had a lot to say. Joey had a lot to say. Aha, I found the tweet. Okay, there was a series of tweets before that. Let me read this. It's wrong to tell your hometown that you won't be performing for them again because some foreigners who didn't contribute anything to your come up or form the axis of your early and current success are now celebrating you. Never forget home, no matter how far you travel. One tweet. Uh, so as Wizkid no go perform for Lagos again, FC go only dey watch am from Twitter and YouTube. Long distance relationship. Life tough. So all of una wey dey call am Popsi no go see am again. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy album. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy album. Beautiful. Put that on a t-shirt. Put that on a t-shirt. He also goes into the tweet about foreigners capturing our crew drive. But yeah. We get the gist. Oh, one more thing. One more thing. And this is a glowing example. Joy did all the work on this, to be honest, I can't lie. Well, one more thing I want to share. Artist, Nigerian, living in USA, UK, management, USA, recording camp, USA, Ghana, song format, Caribbean pop, distributor, USA, DSPs, USA and Sweden, album released in UK, concerts, UK and US, Nigerian fans, oh our beautiful culture is going, oh Nigeria, my Nigeria. And with that, let's bring on my G Kennedy. Let's bring on my G Kennedy. I think we can stop there. I think I can stop there. Kennedy, are you still on? I will send you a link now. Let me just prepare a Zoom link quickly. But yeah, man, tell me what you think in the comment section. Tell me what you think in the comment section about this. I know a lot of you have not started seeing this live. And last week I put the full stream on live on YouTube for you guys. But guys, try to catch up with the live streams. Let's make this more fun. You can't just be screaming at Kennedy all day. Let's make this fun. I want to interact with you guys. A lot of you are fans of the culture. Let's not sell our culture to other people. Let's not sell our culture to other people. Hello? Hello? Shit. Hello? Why is Zoom acting up? Oh shit. Hello? Can you hear me? Oh, my Zoom is acting up. Ah, shit. Hello? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My stuff is time. Big time. Big time, big time, big time, big time, big time, big time, big time. Hello? Okay, I think I'm back. That was my webcam. Fuck, fuck. Sorry, Kennedy. I was having issues in my webcam. I think I'm back. I'll send you the link now. Okay. Let's have a quick chat and then I'll close the stream. Alright, alright. Can see myself good. yeah, so let me know in the comment section what you think. Uh, my boy Kennedy is gonna join us in a minute, so we can just talk about the news. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm sorry guys about the setup. Next week, I'm sorry about the audio too. Next week. Sorry, I just need to check myself if it was working because my headset is not working. Next week I told you guys, my Joe Rogan setup is coming. My wannabe podcaster mic and things is coming. So, okay, thank goodness. I should give you 2 minutes. All right then. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. And let me quickly talk about Kanye then. Let me quickly talk about Kanye. Let me quickly talk about Kanye. Shit. So yeah, I'm guessing you guys saw the news of Kanye West. I mean, number one trending on Twitter worldwide with I think like 1 billion tweets or something outrageous. 1 million tweets. It's number one trending world where everyone is talking about Kanye West because of yesterday's yesterday's interview with Alex Jones. Oh, so funny, fam. It was so funny. I stayed up to watch it. I think I stayed up until like 4 a.m. UK time. That was when I slept. And it was Kanye is hilarious, fam. Kanye is hilarious. Um, I'm going to try to stay away from US politics. Because first of all, I live in the UK and I'm from Nigeria, and this is strictly an Afrobeats podcast. Not strictly, but I know we're going to cover things that happen in black culture, but I'm going to stay away from the US politics because I'm not from there. I don't have time to research from there. I don't have interests from there. But the good news about that is we're going to go into a lot of Nigerian politics. I have a few, especially with the elections coming, I have a few political streams lined up. Uh, I have UK politics. I'm not too sure. I'm not UK politics is a mess. I just came a few years ago, so I can't be. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, unless it's going to be something that is very very drastic. Oh, Kennedy's on now. I'll try not to involve myself. But yeah, my Kennedy is back. Kennedy is back. Hey, my G, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can't hear you at all.
You can't hear me? I can hear you.
Huh, is this you or me?
What?
Hello, hello, hello.
You're not hearing anything? Because
I
my
can't hear
mic
you.
is working. My
Hold
mic
on.
is working. Check your speaker.
Give me a sec.
It's you, because I can hear myself on the live even.
I can hear you now. Hello?
Hey, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
No?
But you're
Oh, okay.
echoing.
Are you sure you're not the one echoing? Because I've been hearing you echoing throughout the whole live.
I'll be echoing throughout the live.
Yeah. Well, let me turn the live sound off. Maybe that's what you're hearing. How about now? Can you hear me? Is he still echoing?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about the setup. I thought it was just I thought it was weird because last time you weren't echoing. I wasn't sure why you were echoing.
So, hello? So what's
Yeah.
happening here is normally this is the mic I use, but it got damaged. So I'm using my webcam mic for now because my mic my mic is coming in 2 days. I'm getting my Joe Rogan
Okay.
mic.
Which one
So
is Jerogan, man?
the mic stand and mic for wannabe podcasters now.
Which one do you get?
I got some Hyper X mic, like a gamer mic. It's dope. It
Oh,
has
okay,
good reviews, so I got it. It's nice and it's LED.
okay, that's cool. I almost lost my mind when I was trying to pick a mic.
Bro,
I
it's so
eventually
complicated.
just went with Blue Yeti. Yeah, I went with Blue Yeti, which is like the most common one you hear for YouTube or something.
Is that what you got?
Yeah, yeah.
No, BT is the basic
Right.
one. It's the one that
You
most people get.
you want this one for online? I don't know. You were
Yes.
cracking me up a second ago, man. Next, I thought you were gonna say. I mean, I don't really look at Earth politics. I've only been on Earth for 25 years. So which place are you going to comment on the politics? Next, you say, I can't even comment on Nigerian politics. I haven't been in Nigeria. I can't comment on US. I don't live in US. I can't comment on UK. I just go to UK. So which one are you going to comment on?
You're calling me out. First of all, first of all, I'm going to comment on Nigerian politics. Like I said, I'm going to comment on Nigerian politics because this is an Afrobeats podcast. Number one, I have the most knowledge about them. Number two, and that's my only passport at the moment. Number three. So it's just like a matter of it doesn't concern me. Like I cannot be talking about Venezuelan politics, for example. It doesn't make any sense. So that's my plus. There's a merit of reason. U.S. politics is too. What's the word I can use and describe you guys? It's too all over the place. There's
US
always
politics
there's always
affects
something
everybody.
happening, and
It affects everybody.
a lot of it feels manufactured. It does affect everybody. You're right, and you guys set the trend for. But look at what's happening in Qatar now, and look at what's happening in like especially with the LGBT thing in Qatar, and Qatar just set a trend that I think is going to start happening going forward. You guys are in no position to set, set rules, set trends for the rest of the world to follow. I'm sorry. US is just as much as a mess as every other place in the world right now.
But what, anyway, let's not get into the whole Qatar. Like, the Qatar thing is, I feel like what they did was ridiculous. I mean,
Who? Qatar or US?
Qatar is ridiculous. Like,
How?
you're hosting the World Cup, right? I understand that you guys have your own beliefs, your values. Great, that's perfect. But when you decide to host the World Cup, you are inviting people from all cultures around the world and every and there's
Wait, sorry, pause. Hold that thought. Okay, just trying to check. Yeah, I couldn't hear you. I know why you're echoing now. You're only
oh,
echoing
okay.
from my end. Is the OBS setting? Sorry, go on. Carry on. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. So because
Okay,
they knew it
so
wasn't
because they
Nigeria,
were
right?
hosting the World
How
Cup.
you going to host a World Cup and tell people that they can't drink in the stadium?
Okay.
I mean, if you know that you don't like drinking, you know drinking is not a part of your culture. You know, maybe don't host the World Cup. Maybe host the Olympics or something.
But
I don't know.
football and alcohol are two different things. Football does not come.
They are two different
There's
things.
no law
But
in football that says
guy,
we must drink.
the
And
World Cup has been going on since what, the 1920s,
yeah,
and there's a tradition. There's a tradition of doing that there. Like, I understand that there's no drinking in your
what do
country.
you mean
Get it?
tradition? What do you mean tradition?
It's guy.
If Saudi
Budweiser is one of the
Arabia and Qatar are playing a game, there will be no alcohol. So you can't say there's a tradition. There's a
there'll be
tradition
no
by
alcohol playing. They are
the
playing a
people that
game here in the World Cup.
in the World Cup.
If Saudi Arabia and Qatar are playing a game in the World Cup in USA, you think there won't be people in the stadium drinking?
There might be some people, but the people that came to support Saudi Arabia and
The
Qatar
people
will
that
not
get
drink.
support Saudi Arabia, they will not drink, but most of the stadium will be drinking. I guarantee you that much. Most of the stadium will be drinking.
Most of the non-Saudi
Like,
Arabian,
the thing is a mess. Like, Budweiser is one of the biggest sponsors of the World Cup.
yeah.
They are expecting, first of all, they get paid like 75. or rather, they're paying like $75 million to sponsor the World Cup,
Yeah.
expecting, okay, our brand is going to be there. We're going to sell all the drinks at the World Cup. Surprise, surprise, 2 weeks to the World Cup or 1 week to the World Cup, you're telling them that it's not going to be alcohol.
That that one is. But see, this is the thing. But this is the thing. I understand that in terms of the short time before they started really
But that's
enforcing.
why they did it. That's why they did it. They gave short notice because they know that they knew it wasn't going to fly. If they said this
That's
shit,
the one thing I don't
said this
agree
shit
with.
even like 8 months ago, they would have canceled it.
Right from when, yeah, exactly. Right from when they got the bid officially to host the World Cup, they should have been like, and even maybe during their bid, they should have been like, okay, these are our rules that we want you to follow once you guys bring the World Cup to our place. And for me, there's nothing wrong with a country having its
But
own
they
rules.
but they knew that it would never be accepted. That's the thing. They are basically trying to force everybody to come there and follow those rules. That's my problem with it. If they said it from the beginning and they agreed,
Okay, I
no
see where
problem.
you're coming from now.
But
I
they
see where
they
you're coming
decided,
from.
okay, we'll rope these guys in first. When we go so far that they can't turn back anymore, then we'll come out and tell them all the rules.
I see what
That's
you're.
basically what they
So they
did.
wanted the World Cup, but they did not want to deal with people doing World Cup things.
Exactly.
I understand that. I understand that, and that is,
Exactly.
if you really think about it like that, that's not the right way to go. They should have. You're right. Okay, we both agree now. My, so your issue is not with them telling them to not to drink alcohol. Your issue is with
Exactly.
them not saying it on time.
My issue is with them luring everybody there under false pretenses and then coming out to those rules
That
after
makes
the
sense.
fact.
That makes sense. I also don't agree with that, and it's the issue I have with. I traveled to Dubai, so I stayed in Dubai for a couple of like I think I did it 2 weeks, 2 years ago. And then when you're going to Dubai, they don't tell you about how restricted Dubai is. They'll be like, oh, it's touristy. We have the best tourist attractions. And then you get there and they're like, sorry, no drinking by this time. Sorry, no smoking in this area. I get it, but you guys should say all that in the flyer, in the advertisement of Dubai. Don't tell me when I'm already here. So I get that. Like if you're gonna if you're gonna have rules and at the same time promote your place as a tourist attraction, in your promotion of the place, you should also include your rules. So I get that. I get that. I get that.
And those things are not cheap. Those things are not cheap. Like the World Cup tickets I was gonna get, like I was gonna pay like $7,000, $8,000, and then you get there and they tell you can't drink in the stadium. Are you people okay?
Bro, you can't date.
I was so
You
happy
can't
I
hold
didn't
your
buy the
babe's
ticket.
hand.
You can't hold your babe's hand. So you and your babe, you buy tickets, you go there, you
Haram.
cannot be
You
seen holding
can't
her in
kiss.
public.
No kissing,
I
my
was
G.
like, are these people okay at all?
That's their
After paying all that money.
that's their country's rules, my G. That's their country's rules. Like I said,
But anyway,
I don't mind their rules. In fact, I actually, as I become old and I'm becoming more conservative, I'm becoming a fan of the level of indecency is becoming too much. I said that as an avid nightclub goer, but the level of indecency, especially in this London here, is too much. Even in winter, people are still wearing mini skirts. Cold though they catch you.
for what I've seen, sir, London is not that bad. For what I've seen,
Yeah, to
it's
be
not
honest,
that
I've not been to the US yet. I've heard it's worse there. But you're in Texas, right?
Yeah,
I heard Texas is a bit conservative too. And I see as bad as like Miami or
I
LA.
mean, like Texas itself is conservative, but that does not mean that everybody that lives in the states
Voila.
is
So
conservative.
so Texas is just as haram.
Like if you go to Austin, Texas is one of the most liberal cities in the U.S., even though it's in Texas. So very different vibe.
Okay. Anyway, my two picture. I'm not getting into US politics. I was to Nigeria, but in fact next week on one of these weeks, there's always so much happening in Afrobeats now. There's a Tinubu documentary I want to react to next week or next 2 weeks. I've been pushing it. Have you seen that Tinubu documentary?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard some things from
Yeah.
it
So there was a Tinubu
about
documentary. I
the
want to
drug
react to.
investigation and all of that.
Yeah, so
All that
a lot of things
I
are
read
happening in
about that.
Nigerian politics for me to even be worrying about US politics or UK politics. So, especially as the election comes up, I want to try and cover some of those things. I'm mindful that some of my potential audiences might not be interested in that, but I'll see how I can skillfully put that into the program. But let's not waste your time. Let's get into why we are here today.
Yes,
Our Babala has brought us
we're here to drag whiskey. That's what we're here for.
collectively this time.
We're here to drag whiskey.
Yeah.
So first of all, when he first said the whole this is the last time I perform in Lagos thing,
Mhm.
I don't know what did we talk about that before? I know I think he said that before this other stuff came out because
You
I'm
just said
like,
we didn't really talk. We haven't talked extensively about that. Yes.
oh, okay. When he said that, I wasn't surprised. Like I feel like I could feel like that's where he is heading. Like I've told you this many times. Like this man has left this the
Kennedy.
planet of Afrobeats that you're on. He has left that planet a while
Kennedy.
ago. You just doesn't realize that he left.
Kennedy, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I want to officially apologize to you. I want to officially apologize to you because I should have seen this coming. I should have seen this coming. When you were saying it, I was still on the part of like on the opinion of that of like maybe it's just promoting Afrobeat, you know. It's just trying to sell it. The more numbers, the more collective win. But then this statement recently of him not wanting to perform in Nigeria is just it seems like now that we have hindsight of 2020, it seems like where it has been leading to. It just seems like where it has been leading to
He said now that we have hindsight. So was I a prophet before
and
he went?
see, but wait, before we attack him, I still want to give him a benefit of the doubt because wait, before you attack him, he might be saying this to put pressure on Nigerian promoters and Nigerian economic leaders. That's one angle you might you can if you are going to give Wizkid benefit of the doubt.
I'm glad you mentioned that. So when you were showing earlier, there's a part of the article I didn't even see before where he was saying that it's about time they construct a stadium for him. What's the meaning of that? Can you explain to me? Can you explain to me what that
I
like?
mean,
Who does this man think he is? What's the meaning of that?
he just said who he thinks he is. Oh God!
Yeah. What's the meaning of that? Because I mean, I've been around this US. I've been a couple places around. I've never seen a Michael Jackson stadium here before. I've never seen a Michael Jackson. You know, I've not seen. I mean, there's Fela Shrine, but Fela created Fela Shrine, right? I've not seen Fela Stadium somewhere else in Nigeria. If you know of one, tell me. I don't know. I've not
Yeah.
seen it, so I don't understand. I'm not understanding what does he mean. So for him, so basically he's saying for him to perform in Nigeria again, they have to build Ayodeji Stadium for him to come back to Nigeria to perform again.
I mean, I'm
And
not saying he
even
deserves a whole
before you even
stadium.
say anything, let me just point out that if it was Burna Boy that said this thing, you have fire coming out of
Ah
you have fire
ah
coming out of
ah.
yes, man. It was Burna Boy or Davido that said this thing. People will be losing their minds
Okay,
by now.
I don't agree with the stadium comments, but I agree. I want to point out one thing to you, and this is the issue that we have in Nigeria. The Nigerian government, and as you saw this in the Afrobeats documentary, I don't know, I think they touched on this briefly, but the Nigerian government does not support the entertainment industry.
Is there anything that they support?
Okay, that's a
Is
good point too.
there anything that they what do they support, please? Is there anything they support?
Nah, I need to set up my hotkeys, but because you deserve a done debacle for that. What the heck?
So I don't understand.
I mean, they have some things they back up. They back, I think. I'm not sure, but they have some things they. Anyway, forget. Don't turn the argument to okay. There's nothing they support, so therefore, all sectors can get. Everybody has to complain for their own sector.
For Wizkid to say, "Oh, we need to construct a stadium," he knows very well that that's not going to happen.
That's not going to
He
happen,
know
and I don't
he
think that's
fully
the point.
understands that that's not happening. So what is the point that he's trying to make exactly? He's
The point
basically
he's trying
just
to
telling
make
you
is that,
what
let me tell
Wizkid
you the
is
point.
saying is like it's like somebody tells you, oh, for me to come to your house again, you have to buy Rolls Royce for me. But I know you're not going to buy the Rolls Royce. So what am I really telling you? I'm really just telling you I'm not coming to your house anymore. That's what I'm trying to tell
Yeah,
you, just
like
in
I
a
said,
roundabout fashion.
I don't agree with Wizkid's statement in terms of not coming to Nigeria, alienating your main fan base, your I don't know the word to describe him, but at least we can say we describe Nigerian fans now. But at least we can say they're the ones that put him into the spotlight that he's in. At least we can say that. Do you get?
Yeah.
So alienating your first fan base like that is just it's insensitive to say the least.
But this didn't just start though. He's been alienating them for at least 5 years. And I've been pointing this out to you. He stopped making music for those people like 5 years ago.
He was
So
doing a
this
touch of it here and there, which is why,
it totally here and there. Okay?
and he was always, anytime he jumped on features, he would always go back to old Wizkid. Anytime he, like, once in a while we'll do a song with Naira Marley, once in a while we'll do like, and for me, I'm a fan of artists. If we're just talking from a music perspective, I'm a fan of artists exploring their sound, doing what they want to do in terms of their music, because that is what makes them artists.
But
Do you
there's a
get?
difference. Like when you speak of artists doing what they want to do, exploring their sound, you're probably speaking more of like international artists. They try something different. You know, Drake does a little this, Drake does a little that.
Yeah,
The same.
I supported
This,
Drake. I support Drake
yeah, yeah, yeah.
when he released the full electronic dancing album. Everybody
And
was,
I get that. Like electronic might not be for everybody, but electronic, all these genres that Drake is trying, they're all within it one ecosystem.
bro. Jake
When
does
you're moving
Jamaican.
from
Does
you're mo-
Jamaican songs once in a while, bro.
I've never heard Jamaican song, but anyway, in a sense, they're still in
Work
the
was
same larger
work was like
they're still in
Caribbean
the same
sounds now.
larger ecosystem because I mean you've had your Sean Kingstons and others in the US
Drake
too.
even did a UK
So
drill feature.
well, okay, that's a
Ye-
bit different. But when you're moving from like Afro beats to
I get your point, but
this
it's art,
American ecosystem where
bro. It
it's
is
art
art.
fine, but you, not everybody's going to be able to follow you there, right? And it's not just
How
because it's a different kind of music.
music is music.
Like even within Afro beats, there are different genres within Afro beats. Like they mentioned on the documentary, you know that like your Thames and your Simi, they are not making the same kind of music as Wizkid. So within Afro beats, within African music, there's enough room to play within African music. What he was really doing is trying to extend that to other people that listen to a different kind of music. Not even it wasn't even a matter of genre; it's a matter of demographic, really. So when you're making that switch, it's not a matter of oh, what kind of music do you like? It's more like who are you? So he was necessarily leaving behind his Nigerian audience when he was doing that.
I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. And I can't even argue much against this because of what's happening right now. Do you understand? Like I said, in hindsight, with this announcement, it feels like that was what has been happening. I just gave him a benefit of doubt because, like I said, I'm in support of artists exploring their sound as much as possible. Because the thing about being an artist is that, like, the thing about being an artist, art is also is a form of expression. We know that already, but it's also a form of exploration. You are finding new things in the world. You are finding new styles, new ways to be like, okay, you struck gold or you struck oil. Do you understand? And we as the fans are better for it when an artist finds a new thing.
Okay, I love the fact that you said that too. So now let's now jump from there to that other guy's article. There's
Joey,
somewhere where he mentioned that um, Nigerians, and when he said this, I almost burst out in laughter because it's your face that just popped up in my mind when he said this. That Nigerians will say, "Oh, like these guys, they are pushing the frontier, they're taking Afrobeats to the world for all of us." But now it appears it's not actually for all of us. We are not being taken along with it. It's
bro,
just leaving us and going somewhere else.
it's the
That's
same.
exactly what's
It's the
going on
same
here.
colonial model that has been used since we discovered oil, since white people came to Africa. It's the same model. We
Now,
think
now that you've read this stuff, I want you to go listen to that Afrobeats episode we did again. But this is exactly the same thing that we were talking about. Like I couldn't believe it when I was reading what this guy said. I could not
no, no,
believe it.
see, like I said again, you are going back. We were arguing at that point in time. We were arguing the music quality, or what I was arguing at least was the music quality, the sound. That is a totally different argument from wealth generation and business and keeping. I've never been a fan um of us selling our culture to other people. In
No,
fact, if in,
we got into that at some point, bro. If you go back and listen to it, there's a point
I've
where
never been. In
I don't
fact,
know.
part of
I'm
why
not
I
sure if
like
it was that
Wizkid
episode. I think it was
early
that
was because
episode.
he owned his craft in terms of when he left EME and then he started his own record label. I'm always a fan of business staying within the people because we need it. We need infrastructures. Like, and this is not just Afrobeats. Like, this is not just like entertainment. Like, I would like us to have our own banks in Africa and internationally. I would like us to have our own institutions in terms of like across different sectors. So I've never been a fan. Even and it's happening with, and I don't know if I've complained about this to you directly, but with the O2 shows, I told you. I don't know if I've told you. I was having this conversation. The
I
O2
don't think
shows that
so.
Wizkid, Burna, Davido did, they were all like hosted by Live Nation, promoted by Live Nation. Live Nation is owned by a white man. Do you get? I've been complaining about that privately for a long time. I've been complaining about Afrobeat clubs now. The most popular Afrobeat clubs. I mean, and this is why I like Smith a lot. Smith is a black man. Smith is a Nigerian. But apart from Smith, the biggest Afrobeat events now in London, in Europe, in US are all being promoted by white people. So even in the party nightlife scene which I was in, I was complaining about that a long time for a long time, and it's why
Yeah,
I
you
don't
need
want
to
to
go listen
leave
to
the
that
nightlife
episode
scene.
again. So that means what I was saying has already started happening. What I was saying is like it hasn't that it's gonna happen in the
Oh, I
future. So
remember
it's
when you
already
asked me a
so
question
that means it
about that.
already started in Europe even.
Yeah, yeah,
It
it has.
hasn't happened here yet, but it sounds like it has already happened in Europe.
Is the issue. And maybe, like I said, maybe I got too distracted by the sound and music. Because I remember my whole point was what was annoying my ear was when you were calling the album mid, when Dio called the album trash. Like
Wow.
that was my
You
whole.
keep giving me points. No, I think you're mixing up two different. I'm not talking about the About a Better Time episode. I'm talking about the Afrobeats documentary episode.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
I mentioned this topic that this Joey guy talked about. I mentioned that during that
What did
episode,
I
and
say?
you were like something like I get what you're saying, but that's not what's happening. You're reacting. That kind of vibe is what you're giving. But
Yeah.
let's quickly we'll come back to this. Let's
For me,
jump.
I still okay. I remember what
You
you're
just
saying
said
now.
something
Sorry.
about mids. Let's jump to that mid
Yeah.
where this your guy is saying rappers they are
Ah.
rapping on the same over and over and over. I was like, wow, the irony of this statement, the irony of this bloody statement. I can't. And you know the funniest thing, if you still have your Instagram open, go
Yeah.
back to that post.
Yeah.
I went into the comments and somebody said exactly what I was thinking. That aren't you using the same beats too?
Somebody.
I was died of laughter. Somebody said that same shit that I was thinking. Because that's exactly what I was thinking when I read that statement. Like, how dare you, you of all people, you're telling them that they're rapping on the same beats. As if it's not you recycling the same beats in your studio too.
Let me try and find
That
it.
shit was funny. Go find that post again. I
Let me find
I
it.
almost broke my screen liking that comment.
I don't listen to rap. Shit is boring to me.
I mean, I understand what he was. I to even give him some benefit of that, not like I'm just beating out. I get what he was trying to say. If he's talking about like
The
the
genre.
so-called mumble rap and all that, if that's what
Yeah.
he's talking about,
Yeah, and
I get what he's talking about.
yeah.
But the way he said it,
Yeah.
you are not, sorry, sir, you're not the one that should be saying. You're not the one that should be saying that.
Someone said,
But you're guilty of the same thing.
I'm looking at the comments now. Someone said, but Skepta is your bestie.
But this stuff is nonsense. That boy for your pocket.
Starboy for you. Oh, people are coming at Wizkid hard, man.
Actually, look at this too. He didn't say US rap. He just said rap. Period. He didn't say US rap.
This and this is the issue with celebrities. I think when you start reaching certain heights, yeah, and you have a lot of yes men around you. It becomes like you don't watch how you say things. You don't um um you don't think things carefully sometimes before you say that. I don't want to go into their cycle and their minds and everything, but
But
I don't
sometimes
psychoanalyze them.
I like when people do that sometimes because that shows us what you're actually thinking
Yeah,
without you trying to filter it and being politically
you're right.
correct and all that. I
You're
mean,
right.
I was not none of this actually surprised me. Like there's nothing I read where I was like, oh wow,
Yeah.
I can't believe he said that. None of this surprised because I feel like he's been moving that way for a while now. He's been moving that way
More.
for a while. It doesn't
I
really
should have known.
surprise
I can't lie. I should have known. I was too distracted by the music. I was just saying. I started this call with an apology to you, Kennedy. I apologize to you. On this particular issue, you were correct from the start. I didn't take it seriously at all. I can't lie. I can't lie. I didn't take it serious. I didn't think Afrobeat was in. Like I thought I knew this was coming in terms of people owning Afrobeat, but I thought it was like 10, 15 years from now. And I thought people like me and you. That's why I started the Afrobeat news podcast. I want
yeah,
us to own this thing before it gets too late. I didn't think
that's
it,
what I was thinking too. I was thinking it's like 10, 15 years, but
and I think that's
for
what we
what you just
agreed on.
for what you just told me, it's already happening in London. It's
It's
already
not that
happening
bad.
in
It's not
London
that bad because, like I said, we still have Smith.
because
We still have
here now
a few things.
In Texas now in Houston, I'm not sure about Houston, but Houston actually, Houston, Dallas, any major show where a Nigerian artist is coming to perform, most likely this guy they call him Big A
Yeah,
Entertainment. He usually has something to do with it. He's the one that
yeah.
puts it together and
But
all
have you
that.
checked the funding
I
of it?
think in Atlanta,
Have you checked
DMV,
the
they have their
funding?
own stuff.
He might be the face of it, but have you checked the funding of it? And have you checked the
I
ownership
mean,
percentage?
if his company is the one that's handling this stuff, even if okay, he has funding from some private firm, that's just I mean, that's up to how he wants to run his company. But
But
they are
that's
not going to
ownership.
not tell him
See, that's the
they are
issue.
not going to not tell him run the company, run the show like this. He's
They
the one
are.
that is in charge of all that stuff.
They are.
Not
They might
really.
not tell you run it like this, but they might say, don't do this. They might say, don't do this. They might say, don't do this. Which is where the issue.
I don't think that they have that. That's even assuming that there's anybody that shares that
Yeah,
control
assuming I
because
don't know. I don't know.
I've not seen any such indication.
Yeah.
But it's very in-house.
Yeah.
In the past, I've thought it's a little bit too in-house actually because practically any show that happens here, he usually has something to do with it. And
Yeah.
I want to see like two, three, four people here doing that, not just
But
one
it's
person.
tough. It's tough. Kennedy, entertainment is a very, and Don Jazzy touched on this a while back. Entertainment is not a cash cow. It is a money drain. You spend a lot of money at the front for a hope, and it's not even sure. It's not guaranteed. Smith told me once that his first 10, 15 shows were all losses. So it's tough if you don't have. And even me, I started in a nightclub. I don't know if I've told you this. I started in a nightclub in London. My first night was very good. Very, very good. Made so much profit.
All
Second,
your
third,
friends
fourth
showing
night.
up and everything.
Yeah, first promo and everything. Second, third, fourth night. Lost, lost, lost. And it's not like people were not showing up. People were coming. People were. The parties were late. But my pockets were not deep enough for those losses. So it's a very high boom, high. So, and especially as black people, a lot of us are immigrants. We don't have capital. We don't have capital. So I understand. It's tough. That's why you cannot say a lot of people. You see a lot of these promoters. They are the only ones in their field. They're not really the only ones. A lot of people are backing them in terms of capital. But
Yeah.
for you to stand out again as yourself, to stand up and say, okay, I want to challenge in this field, it is tough. I've tried it. I'm not telling you from I've tried it. I've tried to stand out as myself as a young promoter. It is tough. So I understand why there's not so many people and why it turns to a monopoly. But even those, they're not enjoying the benefits of what a typical monopoly would enjoy in terms of crazy profits, in terms of market
Yeah.
capture. And most of the time, I'm telling you, behind the scenes, there is a lot of control, there's a lot of restrictions because of the same capital restraint. So, like I said, I still thought again and again. I was in the early days euphoria of think about this, bro. Last year, last 2 years, we're just getting songs entering Billboard. Like I was still in the excitement of all those things. Like our songs are just entering Billboard. Our songs are doing international streams. Songs are crossing 10 million views routinely now on YouTube videos. Like I was still celebrating those wins, thinking, okay, now that we've arrived, we can organize. Not realizing that people have been organizing, as Ashake said. People have been overwise for a long time now. People have been capturing the market already. So, and and this is not just an Afrobeat things. There are 3 record labels worldwide that own everything: Sony, Universal, and I think it's Empire. One of I've forgotten the third one. But there are 3 record labels that own everything, and this it happened in rap. It happened in Caribbean music. We're just we're just the next in line.
What I'm talking about now is not even necessarily the ownership aspect. Like that's important too, but that one is like that's another battle in the future. That's Ragnarok in the future.
What's a
Right
Ragnarok?
now, what I'm talking about is you now as a whiskey. Why would you say? First of all, I'm sure whiskey doesn't even make music in Nigeria. First of all, I
Yeah.
doubt that he makes music in Nigeria. But why would you now say, okay, I'm not going to perform in the so you are technically like not technically, you are an asset to that society and you decide to remove your usefulness from
Yeah.
that society and take it somewhere else.
Yeah.
So whiskey now is like why do you think Fela made a Fela shrine? Like, it wasn't just so people can come and say, oh, this Fela shrine, Fela is so fantastic. It was like a center of culture and music.
Yeah.
Why can't Wizkid create something like that instead of making London his hub?
Yes.
And then even say, after making London his hub, now going as far as to say, I'm not even going to perform in Lagos again. That's right now is the qualms that I want to
Fam,
look at right now.
the audacity to even say this, as the chief of Lagos, I'm personally offended. The audacity to even say that statement, fam. Ah,
I didn't even see the other part where he was like, I think it's time that they make an Ayodeji stadium or something.
no,
Can
that
you
was he
just
didn't say that. That was DJ Tunes. DJ Tunes was the one that said that.
okay.
DJ Tunes was the one that said that. But still, he didn't even say anything. He just all this thing was saying now. It's just one line on his Snapchat story. Oh. He just posted something and then added one line. He was trying to promote. This is why I don't want to attack him so much. He was trying to promote his show. His show in happening December 30th. Wizkid on the beach, some a day on the beach. So he now posted the flyer for the show. He now said, "Last Lagos performance. Let's rave." Do you understand? That is the only line that we are all working on now. So a lot of things could potentially be going on. It could potentially be a promotion too. It could potentially be a ploy to promoters, Lagos promoters and Lagos government officials to make things safe, to make things good, to make the sound good. See Afro Nation, they fucked up the sound for him in Afro Nation. It was for everyone. But like, and this is the issue we have as Africans. A lot of us things we do are not really organized. A lot of things we do are not safe and secure. When all these artists go to foreign venues and they see the way they are treated, they see how organized everything. When they come back to Nigeria and they see how, because artists don't have anything to do with shows most of the time. Shows organization, shows like so even Buju show. I didn't tell you about Buju show. Buju show, the sound was a mess. The DJ, the instrumentalist, everything was off. DJ did not know which songs were being queued up next. Instrumentalists didn't know what they were playing. Sometimes they will play the song in the background. Sometimes they won't play the song in the background. Rocco, the sound was embarrassing. Exactly. So my friend just put on the chat now. It was at Buju's concert too. Shout out Rocco, man. I'm seeing you this weekend, man. I'm seeing you this
I'm
weekend.
coming
It's
out
your
to
birthday this
Nigeria.
weekend. Shout out, shout out, shout out. We'll turn it up tomorrow or next tomorrow. But yeah, man, see, the sound was embarrassing. He said it was giving upcoming artists in Nigeria vibes. This was Buju's concert I'm talking about right now. So, but it's very easy to go and start blaming Buju and go and start attacking Buju, even though Buju contributed a lot of it. And and it's very easy to attack Buju, but a lot of these things is the promoter. So back to that Wizkid statement, it could have been a push at the promoters, a dig at the promoters. It could have been a dig at the Nigerian government. It could have been a promotional tool. So it was just one line. So, but still, it takes a lot of audacity to say
I,
that.
I I get what you're saying, but you know what this sounds like? This sounds to me like I don't want to jump into another topic, but this sounds like Kanye comes and says some funny shit, and people will be like, you know what? Like it must be because of this. Sometimes people say things, oh God, that's just what they mean. Like if he wanted to make a dig at the promoters, why did he make a dig at the promoters?
Yeah. But
Like
Wizkid has always been
why did he just say what he
Wizkid's
meant?
brand has always been to be cryptic. He has always been like this. That this is not this
well,
is so see remember the time he said just 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago that it was like um he was like I think people are saying he took a dig to Burna Boy, he took a dig to Davido when he said these niggas can't even touch my money. You need to start calling me Popsy, Daddy, things of that nature. Do you understand? Do you see
yeah,
that comment?
I saw it, and
He doesn't
don't
ever
you think that
address things directly.
don't you think that
He,
both comments are in a trend?
how?
There's a commonality between both of those comments, don't you think?
Like I said, now that we have hindsight of 2020, this feels like the natural path that it has been leading up to all this point. And but Wizkid has done a lot for the culture. Let's conclude on this. Let's conclude on this because we need to go now. Wizkid has done a lot for the culture. Wizkid is still doing a lot for the culture, and I think let's still give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think I don't think he can even pull this off. Not perform in Nigeria going forward. Is going to fine. You're saying Nigerians don't I know might not be his most loyal fan base now in terms of streaming numbers, but it will hit. It will hit. And Nigeria is not in a good state. We all know that. That's why
Zoom is
you're
gonna
talking to me
kick
from
us out
Texas.
soon.
I'm talking to you from London. All that were judging Wizkid were not in Nigeria at the moment. So
Zoom is kicking us off soon. Oh.
yeah, I know. I'm trying to round up. But yeah, that's my take on it. That's my take on it. Kennedy, what do you think? Last
Well,
take before Zoom kicks off.
we'll be here same time, same place where he says the next one. So I'll wait until then.
Kennedy, put me on your podcast. Let's set up a podcast episode. Let's go more into this. Yeah.
Okay, no problem, no
All
problem.
right, man. Good to hear from you, man. Take care.
All right, bro. Later.
All right. Shit. Whiskey do go kill us. Omo. Thank you, Kennedy, for jumping on the live. Thank you for helping me burn time. Um, yeah, man. Afrobeats to the world. Afrobeats to the world. Omo. Afrobeats don't go kill person. Shout out to another episode of the Afrobeats News Updates. I'm here same time every Friday. Um, yeah, let's. I couldn't get to cover a lot of stuff this episode, but because of Wizkid took a lot of the news. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Let's not jump on these celebrities. Let's lead with love this week. Kanye, Wizkid, everyone. Let's lead with love before we attack anybody. Before you throw the stone. How does that Bible verse go? Let who is without sin be the first to cast a stone. So for me, let love lead. Let's try to go with the benefit of the doubt. Obviously, all this drama and stuff is good for gist. It's good for trending. It's sweet to talk about, laugh about. But at the end of the day, we are all one people. We are all one Nigeria. I sincerely don't believe Wizkid is not going to perform in Nigeria after this concert that is having. Uh, and like I said, at the end of the day, still a Nigerian. Burna is a Nigerian. Davido is a Nigerian. Shout out to Davido, man. He made his first public appearance this week. Man is looking good. Man is looking. He just went through a lot, but man is still a joy. And shout out to the Davido fans concert that happened in Lagos. That looked late. So, but yeah, shout out to Afrobeat. Shout out to the culture. Thank you so much for everyone that joined. Thank you, my boy Rocco. I'll see you in a couple of hours or in a couple Uh, soon. I'll see you soon. I'm turning up this weekend. I'm gonna give you a call after this. Shout out to Kennedy, man. Always jumping on my streams and giving me energy. Shout out to everyone that all of you ninja watchers. Shout out to Emeka for joining today. Love you. Um, but you guys, all of you ninja watchers that are watching, let me see how many people came on today. That'll just that'll just come check the live. Will not comment. Will not drop something in the chat. 21 of you came. 21 of you came today. Ninja Watchers came. You didn't drop a chat. Nothing. I see you guys. Well, shout out for taking time out of your hectic schedules. I know most of you are in London. We're busy out here, so I understand. Well, thank you so much. Like I said, we're only gonna get better. I've gotten my Joe Rogan mic stand. My mic is coming this weekend. The audio is gonna get much better. Sorry, apologies for the terrible audio this particular stream, but it had to happen. And I'll see you guys next week, Friday, with a better setup, better sound, better audio, better gist. And take care, everyone.